Part number 5 on getting this roller a second life. In the last video, we did oil change, fuel filters, all the good maintenance stuff that it needed. But we know we still have some fuel issues. As pretty evident, you can tell here, this stuff was so bad it rotted off. And these are just low pressure return lines, but all this stuff was just dry rotted and cracked. So for that, I have new return line. We'll cut and piece this in as we need it. And secondly, thank you guys so much. There's so many people that reached out for help on this thing, and that's what makes these projects so fun. Learning new stuff, learning it from people like you, it becomes a two-way street. So I did end up purchasing this tool right here. It will insert right in there, and this will pin the rack in place. Secondly, the injector needs pinned in place. These are actually 2 different size punches from the shop. I'm hoping one of these will fit down into the actual injection pump. And lastly, this little cover right here, if it will be an absolute miracle if this thing actually fits. If you remember the first video, we made a little custom cover there to be able to hold the oil to start it. This supposedly, I think, is the cover, but I'll be surprised if that's right. We took out our plug, and in theory, this should drop in there. And then once the rack is pinned, which I will be able to move from right here, I'll be able to thread that in place, and that puts the rack in time where it needs to be. 2 things happen. Number 1, we got a light tower out so we can see what we're doing. Number 2, we got an injection pump out. When I go down through this hole with something, it doesn't line up to anything. I'm trusting these 2 timing marks more than this falling into anything. I thought maybe, okay, it's supposed to go off to the side, so this can push the whole way through, and then this goes against it, but that just doesn't make any sense to me. So what I'm gonna do is line this mark up perfectly, use this to push pressure against it to hold it nice and tight. The rack locked, I will insert it down into there, and that pin will fall into the hole, the little slot on the rack. This is all because the timing is adjusted a few degrees within that little slot. Once it's in, you can actually rotate that injection pump either way, left to right, to advance or retard the timing. That's where I think all the smoke was coming from. That's what I'm gonna do on this one. Then I'll rotate the engine over until this one doesn't have pressure on it, and I'll do this one the same way. This return line here comes off of this injector. So while we're here, and this is easy, I actually took this the whole way out and started doing return lines. So that way we are at least done up into this point. And then all we have to do is from here all the way to the return of the tank, which I hope I got enough of this. Now we're gonna pull out our second injection pump. That way we can line up that same mark again and see where it's at. Pulling it directly out, you can see our timing is off. So that gives me some hope this was part of the whole smoking issue. Marks are aligned, screwdriver is pushing down to hold it. What I'm doing is holding my finger into that bucket and feeling that guy right down there. And as I turn this over, that bucket is moving. Okay, pumps are all in, everything's good to go. We have our return lines all freshened up. Injector comes out, around. I used everything I could here to try and make this as neat as possible. And then it ends up right here on the return. I'm gonna put a zip tie there to hold it. And everything now should be all fresh. Since we recently did a new fuel filter, I'm gonna crack probably this line here, crank it over. It's a mechanical injection pump, so it's gonna push fuel out of that banjo right there. That way we don't introduce any air into this part that's hard to get it out of. And to do that, I got a nice brand new battery here. I'm not gonna bolt it in because eventually I wanna get this whole half of a desert taken out of here, all the sand and dirt. I almost forgot, I do want to get new hood struts, so I'm going to take this out of here while it's easy without the battery. That way I can size this up and get something new. All right, cross our T's, dot our I's. I think we have everything pretty much to the point where we can start this thing. And contact. Very good fuel flow out of there. Oh, and I couldn't get that loose, and I didn't want to mess with it. So we did this one here, and that one worked out very, very good. So we'll tighten this back up, and I think she's going to run right off. Double checking our oil level here, and it looks like we are we're touch over, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is run this for a little bit. I can't run it too long because our belt is not connected for this that cools this. Fortunately, like I said, it's like 35 degrees out right now, so that doesn't matter too much. But I just want to see if the smoke cleans up a little bit as it actually gets to run, since it hasn't run in 2 years. So at idle, the thing sounds beautiful. I mean, barely besides that. There is pretty much no smoke now at idle, very, very little. And I have absolutely zero blow-by, like none at all whatsoever. It's warming up, but it's not hot yet at all. It It really does sound nice, but look, as soon as I give it throttle, it's just smoke city. And it doesn't sound too smooth. I guess after that we did pick up some smoke back at idle now. Something weird too, it looks like there's like oil coming out of the exhaust. Because you see oil there, and it actually lines up to a hole in the muffler right there. Like it rusted out or something. You'd think it's like blown up, but that doesn't make sense because, again, we don't have any blow-by at all here. I've been looking for some type of release on the hydraulics here, but I'm not seeing anything. Because we have no forward, reverse, no whine, nothing. Steering, we don't have anything. Once again, I'm going to say, guys, that's the extent of my knowledge right now. If you mess with one of these rollers on the hydraulic side or that engine, and maybe I understand why it's still smoking. On the fuel side, we know we're good on timing. Could it have possibly jumped time somehow, and I should check that? I don't know. It's weird. No blow by at all. Let me know in the comments. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.